having good fun.
We appreciate
the enthusiasm.
The enthusiasm, hopefully the passion rather than the vitriol that might be in those messages. Hopefully they're all positive.
Don't assume negative.
I'm hoping that everything is positive.
Yeah.
We've been really open with the development of this game. We're trying to do something a little differently.
I'm so excited to see
This time around, right?
Yeah.
We've been taking it to all of the shows. We've been talking to everybody. We've been listening to feedback, reading all the comments. Trying to act on it. Be very open with you guys about the game we're building and what we're bringing online when. Hopefully it works. It's an experiment.
All right, so should we have
Not
some more
the game,
questions? The approach, yes.
Yes.
Going back to last week's stream of KI Classic, is it 100% identical to the 1994 version?
Yes, it is.
It's
the arcade ROMs.
It's identical to both versions.
Yes, it is 1.4 and 1.5, 1.4D and 1.5. The two ROMs. 1.4D, I believe 1.4D, had a whole bunch of glitches that people really liked. It allows you to do some really awesome stuff. Some of it was fixed in 1.5, so you have both versions you can play. It is the arcade game. It is not the SNES version. It is not anything. It's not the Game Boy version. It's the arcade version.
Awesome. Okay, so let's see. What became of the blades on Sabira's arms? Will there be an accessory add-on now? Will these be an accessory add-on now?
Sadira's arm blades are part of her accessory package.
Yeah.
Those are things you can change.
Yeah.
So I love when she just sticks them out kind of slice and dices.
Yeah, that's cool.
Does the little Cuisinart tickle kind of thing.
Cuisinart tickle.
Yeah, well, just kind of. I don't know.
Man, you guys are full of gems today.
Random
Like that
words.
needs to be a gamer tag.
That was my special
Cuisinart
favorite
tickle.
word.
Cuisinart tickle. Holy crap.
Nice.
Let's see. Can we take a video from recent online match, and play the tutorial or practice mode so that we can see hitboxes, attack strength, etc.?
Yeah, you can take any of the replays from the game, your own replays, and turn on all the hitboxes and all that stuff, and then upload, make a game DVR recording of those, and talk about them. You can do all of that, yeah.
All right.
Let's try to get the spider to show up.
Will there be an option to change sorry, this question is a little weird. Will there be an option to change not just the voice, but the pitch of the characters and announcers' voices?
Currently, there is no option to do that. It's something we could. I'm fond of saying this. We could do it in the future. It's just a matter of, would you rather have a new announcer? Like maybe something there were some people that were like, hey, can we get a female announcer? And we have a neat idea for what that could be. Later on, but it's just a matter of priorities. I mean, we can do all kinds of things. It's an interesting idea. I'm curious. It's interesting if people want to pitch the announcer.
I tried to juggle the counter break.
Oh, dude, that would have been awesome. All right.
All right.
All right, I'll take one more beating.
I'll take one more. Any news on the soundtrack?
There will be news.
There will be.
Oh, that is.
So the news is there will be
something.
news. I'm not.
It's all
In
good
what
news.
form it will take, we don't know yet.
All
Well, we know, but
It'd be a little bit.
yeah.
What about physical playing cards we heard about a few months ago? Can we buy these?
Not buy.
We were giving them away at places we were giving away at Evo and at other events. We were giving away the physical cards. We don't have any plans to. We weren't going to do anything else with them right now, but we could always think about that later.
Yeah. Depends on interest,
Yeah.
If we come up with a really cool idea.
The cards actually inspired a lot of the way that the combo system works with manuals and autos. The actual way that the timing on manuals came out for the actual fighting game came from the card game.
Yeah, we should talk about why we did the card game for the first one.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So the idea was that we really wanted to get everyone on page to understand the flow of the combo system. KI is really unique in the fact of how the combos work, right? The whole idea of openers, autos, linkers, enders, manuals, how those all work together. And we wanted to kind of have a way that we could really easily and rationally kind of explain the mental game, right? Because one of the things that we've always said about KI is that we want to get people to the mind games of high level play really quickly, and that's why we have all these features like shadow counters, counter breakers. All of this stuff is to kind of play into the mental game, right? Because if people start repeating themselves, it's very easy to break them and then kind of turn the combos around. And so the card game was an exploration into figuring out, like, well, what could we do with the system, and what would be things that would be really fun to do with the system that had this kind of idea of being able to reverse and long combos versus short combos and how they're rewarding. And so that's kind of how the card game came about. And it was built by Dan and James built the card game, basically, the initial versions of it, and we kept tweaking it and modifying it. But one of the things that James added was how manuals worked into the system. Because when we first built the card game, we didn't have manuals in there. We wanted to bring them back, but we didn't know how to do it exactly. And the flow of how manuals are basically kind of like late adds instead off of your windows for autos flowed out of the card game, which was really kind of cool because that's the way they were in the card game sequence. And it just lent itself really naturally when we started talking about where we were going to put manuals. That they fell out in that same way. That it's late timing, very tight frames, easy, really safe if you can get them. Not as rewarding damage-wise, but harder to break. But again, you were really risking it. It's like there are players that can hit 2-frame links all the time, but even then, with pressure in other games, you can be messed up.
Oh,
nice. That was a really good keep away.
Orchid was trying to get in there.
Torin playing defense.
That's
What
you
do?
Back
away from me.
I don't know what the other game is with this match.
Crazy girl in yellow, stay the heck away.
Aggressive.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what are you doing? Come here.
Oh.
Oh, that was tight.
That would have been so awesome.
No.
Oh, yes. Nice.
All right, so let's see if we want to take some questions from the chat.
Sure.
Is the combo breaker sound by late on this build? I don't think so. It might be some delay in their
I think you're hearing a
streaming
delay in the stream
Yeah.
of anything. We're hearing it immediately on our end.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
Nope, this guy's just a fan.
Yes.
When
That's
will
what I
the
need.
pin? Do we know when the pin edition will come to the UK?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know, Torn, do we have any timing on when the pin edition is going to hit like the UK or anywhere else?
No, not yet. Not for out of the States, unfortunately. But as soon as we know, we'll
Yep.
let you guys know.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tournament mode, online mode, auto brackets? Question mark.
No?
Tournament mode, online mode, or auto brackets?
Yes.
They're all question marks.
Online mode, yes.
Well, yes, you
absolutely,
can.
for sure.
You can. I couldn't believe I saw someone in a message forum that thought that we weren't going to have multiplayer at launch. The game. It's kind of like,
multiplayer is there.
like, really? We're not going to. We're going to ship a fighting game without
Really?
multiplayer.
That would be a...
All right, let's do it.
Blue Orchid.
Ooh.
That's what they're calling for, Blue Orchid.
She's locked.
She's
locked right now.
I haven't done the
We didn't go
diligence.
through and
Sorry,
unlock
guys.
everything. We unlocked the characters, but yeah, sounds good.
What does 3D ready mean?
3D ready?
Yeah.
Where are you seeing?
Yeah, where's 3D ready? Will KI be 3D ready? Like 3D
Oh, you mean like
glasses?
3D TVs or like 3D glass, like?
Yeah, that's why I asked it. What is 3D ready?
You mean like supporting something like? Oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank?
Well, no, they're asking
Like-
if the game supports
Support 3D
The,
TV.
the game itself is not,
Gotcha.
but play on it now. It's no problem.
You're playing different characters.
Yeah, I know.
That was nuts.
Oh, and why did I do that? I know Jago's.
You know I'm gonna do it around the world. You know I always start with heavy.
Why didn't you put TJ combo in this?
TJ combo is don't worry.
No, it's don't worry. That's awesome.
I would expect eventually.
I just really deserve that.
You did.
Is it fair to assume characters who didn't make it into season 1 will make it into season 2, or will you make it more original characters?
We will have a mix of returning and original characters for season 2.
Okay, let's see. I noticed that you already.
Oops. Alright, let me
Sorry,
just
I'm
sit out here.
trying to read these.
Ow, ow. I like how you just added that one in there like that, and he's getting banned. I like that. That was awesome, Alex.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm like, you're not gonna talk anymore. Are you planning any more or any other big official reveals before launch?
Before launch. Dude. I'm getting beaten on, hang on a second. I'm gonna pay attention. Well, now I'm just getting owned. Are we planning on any other big things or not before launch? Well, we're gonna have isn't there a Corey, you want to talk to that at all? While I sit over here?
Or doesn't mean we just want to sit here and just like be
We'll be able to talk about that soon, but it was super cool.
So the answer is yes, we will talk about something new before launch.
Yes, we will be showing some more stuff before launch.
We don't know.
Obviously,
You don't know what it is yet.
obviously, as much as we.
You guys trying to talk and play is the best thing ever.
Oh, you got into the second. I know, right?
You're like the most disjointed, broken conversation.
I know, right?
You guys accidentally
this
do
match,
some incredibly hype shit.
This match was like doing some really cool shit, and it came down to the wire, and Torian had an awesome comeback in that second round.
And both of you guys are full of this.
I know, you feel instinct. I know, I was trying to activate it. Nice. So, what was the question?
I know, I don't even remember now.
I don't even remember.
Question back to the stream. What do you guys think of the new timing and look and sound of our ultras?
Oh yeah. Question back to you guys.
Yeah, so you notice that the ultras are much faster now. Right? They're not as doom 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 doom. They're much faster. Oh, you got nice. I just fell for it.
Ultras are looking better. Can you guys release concept art for the characters already released?
Well, there is an
book.
outlet for that. There is a book coming.
Yeah,
all kinds of character art in it.
Yeah, it's actually
Nice, dude.
totally awesome.
When can we expect Spinal and Ace character to be made available?
Spinal, the plan, Spinal is going to be, well, the next, let's see. I'm trying to think of the way to say it. Basically, Spinal is due in, right now, the plan is Spinal is due in around January, and Bulgor is due around March. That is totally fair to say.
Yep. Very good.
Yep.
Spectate mode online, question mark?
Not.
We have a great game DVR thing. Man, I can't talk.
Yeah, this is
I couldn't even get that out right.
Because I'm realizing like how badly I'm losing based on actually having a conversation.
Let's
Alright, that's where we bring it all back. Activate the instant mode.
Oh yeah.
Will the launcher combo enders also get increased amounts of hits when the green lights on the combo gauge go off?
The enders do, or
Yes.
launchers themselves don't. Enders are only things affected
nice.
by the green dots in the combo bar.
Yeah.
Those reflect your ender levels.
Yeah, so it will increase the amount of hits you have on your ender. Each little thingamabob, each little pip represents one hit.
Yeah, so the more lights you have, the bigger your ender. And yes, the juggle hits do go higher the more you have on the ender.
The damage dealing enders get more damage at higher levels, the meter building enders go more meter, and so on and so forth.
We have a request for Pink Thunder versus Orchid.
I
don't have that.
There is no
Yeah,
Pink Thunder.
I don't have
Okay.
pink. We don't have a
Sorry.
pink version of Thunder. Apologies.
Unfortunately. And no.
Probably fortunately. I don't know. Pink Thunder might look cool. I even kind of like the
Actually,
name. Pink Thunder. There's something.
They're saying no more
wrong.
Yellow Orchid.
Okay.
Well, you get
All
green
right.
Orchid.
Well, yeah, this is what you're looking at.
Let's see. Okay, actual question. What was it like doing a remake from the original to what we see now?
That's a very big question.
It
In what
was
sense?
awesome and challenging, and a lot of things taken into account.
Yeah,
we need to make sure that we stay true to the original.
Yeah, it was.
modernize it and all kinds of.
It's one of the reasons that people are like, well, why did you do a new character before doing an old one? With Sagira, and it's because if we just remade all the characters from the original game, or even a set of them, we're not really moving the franchise forward. We're just kind of remaking the game again, and we're not trying to remake the game. We're trying to make a new version, for instance.
Trying to make a fighting game that can be relevant in today's really competitive landscape.
Will there be any tournaments for Killer Instinct during the Xbox launch at MS stores?
At MS?
Yes. Yes, there is.
I didn't know that.
There'll be more news on that soon, but yes,
Yes.
there
But
is
yes.
a whole thing going on with KI and the Microsoft stores. And if you so happen to be near a Microsoft store, you might want to go and go check it out.
Yeah, because it's actually in Microsoft.
Yeah, if you want to go, I would go to the Microsoft store. You would also see maybe some new things that maybe you haven't
Nice.
Out of all the characters so far, who's been the hardest to design? Most design revisions before they were slash most design revisions.
seen. That's a great
That's
question.
a good question.
Is,
There's lots of candidates for this.
it might be Glacius.
It might be
My
Glacius.
initial result is to say Glacius.
That was my first thought also, with Sadira and Jago up there too.
Yeah, actually, that's true. Sadira underwent a lot of revisions. I mean, all of them really awesome.
Oh, wow.
Thunder was probably our most successful, initial character.
I think, yeah, Thunder and actually Orchid. Actually,
Yeah.
Orchid landed very strongly even from the first iteration. Like she was really feeling really great, even when we put nice.
We definitely got better at this as we made more characters.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like
Will you
Rush.
bring back the E3 Evo announcer?
No, you said
Was that...
that's Mike. That's Mike.
you're talking
mean
about the
in-game
insane
or-
voice. So like if I remember correctly, Mike murdered himself for the initial voice.
Yeah,
and
that's
I think
in-
people
that,
asked-
that Ultra is in.
Yeah,
they're
that is
talking
my-
about that insane.
They're talking about the
Yeah.
screaming ultra. It is in the
Yeah,
game.
yeah, it is.
Yes, it is in the game. It's
It's-
used in a different situation
it's
than
kinda,
a normal
I believe
ultra.
it's kind of hidden. It doesn't.
Mhm.
It doesn't.
It doesn't play all the time.
If DH was in the forums, they could probably.
Yeah, Mike can
Mike
speak
is
to
saying
it.
true story.
Yeah, see, yeah, he murdered his voice playing that thing, doing that voice. We have a great idea.
This is moving, the chat's moving so fast. Will you guys show off classic costumes before launch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We got a trailer coming.
Remember Green Orchid?
It's gonna be. Oh yeah. It's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, so
Some
yeah,
of
so
these
there's the trailer.
Some of these things are pretty
Glacius
awesome.
Sisters.
Yep.
Let's see. Can we expect any of the new characters introduced in KI2, Maya Tusk and Kim Wu, to come back, or are they out of the picture because of the KI2 storyline?
No, they're not out of the picture because of the storyline.
No one's off limits.
No one is off limits.
right now. Yeah.
Yes, so,
Good answer.
yeah.
Will there be host lobbies and how many people in a lobby?
Lobbies.
Lobbies, okay. And hey, we can't talk
Yeah,
about, I'm
yeah.
just reading things as they're coming.
We'll find out.
Okay.
We'll find out.
I don't know.
Can I create and manage my own online tournament where the host is able to alter and add brackets?
Ooh.
We want to do
We
that.
want to do that.
We've talked about that. I talked about that specifically at Evo. That is something that we are very passionate about. Nice, dude. That was great. We are not going to have that at launch. It is definitely something that we want to add, though.
Stay tuned.
Yes, it is high on our list of priorities.
Some players are really good at this type of game. Is there any way for newer players to practice and for skill level matchmaking?
Yes,
that is a
Practice. Yes.
Yes. Oh
Yes.
God, I thought it was Orchid
Yeah,
for a
so
second.
we
I was
have-
going to throw you in the air.
For those who haven't been watching the stream, there's a really extensive dojo, a training mode within the game that will take you all the way from just basic moving backwards and forwards, all the way to frame data and like cross-ups and all kinds of cool high-level strategic and tactical
Yeah,
fighting game stuff.
we have put more effort into helping people learn Killer Instinct and fighting games in general than I think any other fighting game has.
Can you, is Fulgor a zoner? Can you say that?
We cannot.
We cannot.
At the E3 announcement, how many of the 8 characters were established? Can we say that?
How many of them did we already know we were going to do?
Yeah.
All of
We
them.
knew all of them.
Dang. Let's see. What
But
is that?
you think-
What is that click? That's a
like,
great
it's not-
question.
What
It's
is
not-
that? What is that click? That would be them frantically trying to beat each other with fight sticks.
That is me trying to talk and play at the same time and being very unsuccessful
Have we shown the buttons yet?
at the lid buttons and everything.
I don't know.
They glow.
They do glow.
Yeah, hold it up
They glow in the
a
dark,
little more.
and they will
Like
do,
chest-
They may do
level.
and they will do more than that.
There you go.
Yeah. In the future.
Yes.
Will Ken Law be an announcer?
Ken Lob,
that would be
Ken is
really
an
fun.
announcer. That would be. Would you want like him to be excited Lob or like normal, like ultra combo?
Can we have both
That's kinda
at the same
awesome.
time?
Like cheating cheater combo. Like we could totally do that. That would,
cheater combo.
Love a DLC for Question Girl and Ken Lob voice.
Ken Lob.
I would love it if it just said cheap every time someone.
That would be awesome. Full
Yeah,
cheater.
every time you threw, it was just like cheap.
That would be awesome.
Like we said, pro tip: if you ever happen to play Ken Lob online, and you might be at launch, if you happen to be playing online at launch, you probably might get matched with Ken at some point. Just throw. Because
Also, make sure to turn
hates throws.
Make sure to turn your voice chat on.
Yes, definitely.
Ken is a treat to you.
Props
will-
to
you
Adam
will-
on the claw impression.
You will definitely, like, that is how I unsettle Ken when I have to go into win mode and I'm playing against him. I just start doing chip throws, and then I don't do chip throws, and it just drives him nuts.
Let's see, more taunts. Let's
Yeah.
Suggestion,
Dude, so
guys,
fantastic.
please do big score points like round showing victory. I believe that one of a
What'd I
kind
do?
win is kind of hard to see.
Wait, I'm sorry? I didn't really...
Okay, so suggestion.
Please do big score points like rounds, 3 rounds showing victory. I believe that kind of one win it's kind of hard to see.
Yes. What?
I'm confused.
I am too. Sorry, we're trying to read your question. We're not trying to be sure.
Yeah, no, I just don't understand.
What's
what
also
the
not
question
helping is like the chat window is scrolling up really
It's
fast.
so fast.
Why
I
don't
know.
you just have him
Sorry, guys.
reiterate his question
Yeah.
so we can understand what he actually meant? Oh, nice.
Is Shadow Jago different to normal Jago?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You can treat him like another person.
What's this? Camel, what's this one?
What is one more?
Oh, now I lost it.
As Orchid's archetype in Next Gen, yes, she is a rushdown character that a footsie-based rushdown character. That's probably the best way to put it. She doesn't. Yeah, let's talk more about Orchid. Really, we haven't done much of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Dave and the crew talked a lot about her in the stream, but yeah, Orchid is really great. Ken absolutely, like, that is Ken's favorite character now. He is like, and he is a diehard Jago player, and he is like, Orchid is my main, hands down, Orchid. Like, he loves the way she plays because she has such. When we started talking about her with Double Helix Campbell, remember we were talking a lot about utility, like treating her more like a Swiss Army.
Yes,
right.
yes, yeah.
I mean, like, that was really our philosophy. Nice, dude. That was great.
I've missed that like 800 times in a row.
It's
That was
hard.
hard.
It's hard. It's a toss up. You never know.
Will a boss character be planned for season 1 or 2?
Will a boss character be planned? We have story mode coming.
Okay,
So
just continue on the next question. Let's see. Club for announcer question. Have Chris announcements been tweaked after the massive forum feedback?
you mean Chris's announcer in terms of some people not liking it?
I don't know.
Or like
That
some
was the
people
question.
feeling like it wasn't the same. We just actually had Chris back in the studio to record some extra lines that we had originally covered.
Yeah.
Yep.
He did change some of them. We did re-record some of them.
Yeah, we did re-record some of them. It's
Overall, though,
we have a lot of the. There are some lines that weren't covered. I mean, we could explore. We do have the original recordings.
Yeah.
That Rare dug up and gave to us, which was really awesome. We could have a mode where we could have Chris and then Chris Classic, maybe.
That would be cool.
That's something we could think about. I don't know. The problem is I don't know if we don't have lines for everything. Like there was no Sadira, there was no, there are some of the combos, counter breakers. We don't have lines for that based on the old because those didn't exist. So we'll have to figure out what we do there. But I mean, like, I want to do the female announcer first. I think we have a great idea for who the female announcer will be, and I'm really looking forward to that. What?
Russian girl?
Well, we've got. Oh yes. Oh, why didn't you fall for that? That's because you didn't even watch.
Every character here.
You're too far ahead. I'm just playing the game.
Every character can be played Rushdown, not necessarily though. Jake is sort of middle of the road.
I feel like you like Rushdown Glacius.
Yeah, like Rushdown Glacius. I don't see that happening.
It's doable. It's funny.
Yeah, it is funny. That's true.
I think it's
That was
viable
funny.
if someone, if the other person does it right.
Oh wow.
That was cool.
Yeah, sorry, this is moving so fast. I am not playing Junior. Will each character have a maximum of 6 colors, or do you plan on adding more in the future?
We can certainly add more colors in the future.
Okay. I'm not these force asked to play. What are they gonna do? Like force me and my hands to move? No, I'm not against these guys. No way. What kind of other tournament support do you plan for this game? We can't talk about that right now, but stay tuned. Will Shadow J go? Nope, that one. We know that we can switch between announcer and original announcer, but can we switch to the Evo E3 announcer for all combo announcements?
Well, I think there's like confusion about what the Evo E3 announcer is.
Gotcha.
That's Mike.
That's all Mike.
That's all.
Yeah, it's all Mike.
That's all Mike. That's not different. I think people.
A few of the samples got switched out
Yeah.
and switched around.
I think people really fondly remember the super hyper awesome amazing Ultra that Mike did, which I love it to death.
Yeah, we have.
But that's in, but it doesn't play.
There's a different version of the E3 launch.
Okay.
There's a different version of the E3 launch trailer that we did that we should release that at some point, just to
That
show
would be
like
cool.
early on,
Yeah.
like so
One
some
of
of the
our
stuff
alternate,
when Mike does that, because it's this build up hype with Jago doing katas, and then basically like Saberwolf comes in and it's just quick cuts and it goes no, it builds the hype and then it goes black. And then you just hear Mike scream the Ultra, and then the KI logo comes up and the music kicks in. It's really awesome. Like it's one of those things that when we first got it together, all of us were like, oh, that feels really good. It gives us chills. So yeah, maybe there's a point that down the road that we can put that in something, have that get that out to the public in some way. I haven't played Saberwolf for a while. I'm going to get destroyed. Man, I want to play my black and orange Saberwolf. Man, fine.
Let's see. Leak something, Campbell.
Leave something.
Please. Spinal's in the game.
Spinal
And Fulgor.
Who does Orchid's voice?
Mike would know.
DH can answer.
Yeah.
DH can answer
Mike
that
at Double
one.
Helix would have the perfect answer.
I like the text runner. That would do.
Yeah, the kind of the metallic.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do too.
Shiny stuff.
Can we see Orchid versus Tadira?
We have several times actually, but
you can see
again,
it again.
Yeah,
if
sure.
you want.
I'll be straight.
Oh wow!
Oh my god.
Oh, why did I just stand there? Hi. Ouch. I'm just trying to sell you a magazine, lady. What's going on? Ah.
She would come over and go across the screen. Yeah,
Are we able to show Orchid's move list, or do we need to hold on that?
They've actually we've broken down pretty much all of her moves
Okay.
in the streams. I mean, like, if you want, here, tell you what, I'll just back off. We can just go through them. Let's just walk through them.
And just talk about what they
So,
do.
she has a really awesome 2-hit pressure.
So
That.
this is an overhead.
Overhead, 2 hits.
2 hits.
Cancelable.
Also very fast. One of the hardest to see overheads in the game.
Yep.
And it goes into a combo.
And look at the range.
Yeah,
Look at the range on this thing. Like, that almost hit me.
Yeah.
That was almost, what, like, that'll hit me, I think, right there. I think you'll hit me. Do it. Look at that. Look at that.
Why
I mean,
not?
like, that's freaking range.
I know a lot of people are interested in knowing it does not have lower body invincibility. It's not throw
Nope.
invincible either. It used to be, and it was.
It was obscene. Like, pretty much that's all people would do is just cartwheel across the screen at you, and you would just die. Hi, shadow counter. Yeah, gee, I wonder if that was gonna happen. Oh, there we go, nothing. Oh boy, that's
so we gotta
Hey, let's just do shadow counter.
All right. So
Okay.
after the pressure move.
Yes. So how about let's talk about her her sweep, because she has a 2-hit sweep as well.
Yeah, she has a 2-hit sweep. This is one of the more interesting normal moves in the game. It makes her go really low.
Yep.
And it avoids tons of stuff.
And-
it's sort of omnidirectional, so it
Yep.
can work as anti-jump-ins off.
And you can cancel it after the first blocked hit into another move.
Yeah.
you can just do. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We
they
changed that.
They fixed that.
I'm glad. I was just about to rely on that. Ha!
Okay.
She has incredible normal moves that are all cancelable, like this bad boy,
her Rekkas
this bad
are awesome.
boy. Yeah. Into mostly safe Rekkas.
Yes, incredibly good. And the Rekkas can be mixed up.
Yeah, so from the Rekkas, the second Rekka has a ton of blocks done on it, so it's not like an able sort of situation where you can block 2 hits and it's going to guarantee uppercut. You can do 2, and then go right into a delayed low like this, or overhead like this.
I remember that.
Or charge and do an unblockable.
Yeah, if that
or,
builds up, it's unblockable.
or if you charge it long enough, like about there, it's great advantage.
Yep, so it's safe. Plus,
safe,
let's
it's
mention that
safe,
her shadowed version of it, even as a jump-in anti-air is awesome.
Yeah,
right? So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
even as a boom, like, talk about an uppercut, man. I mean, it's like basically a wall of force.
Yeah.
It goes out
Also,
to the character.
important to know, jump cancelable on block.
Yes. So jump cancelable, and even her cat, her uppercut, her uppercat. Is what people were calling it. Oh, that was awesome. For uppercat, you can actually cancel that into a throw, which is really great. Oh, gee, was I doing mediums? Nice, look at that.
Can you
Wake up
guys
crossover.
Comment on No Mercy's humiliation stage knockoff return.
Yes, we can. That is all stuff we want to get to for season 2.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Let's see. Well, humiliation. No, you just answered that.
I like the little dance. Totally from
got
KI1.
It's like nunchuck things.
I know.
Orchid is voiced by Ansel. I'm probably not saying that wrong. Ansel Lawson. A-N-Z-U-L. That's a cool name.
Ansel.
That is a cool name.
I'm probably.
Ansel?
Am I saying that wrong? I don't know. It looks really cool. It must. I feel like I'm.
Orchid winning in the rain.
Ooh.
Totally awesome.
It's a lot cooler than Campbell.
Wow, Campbell.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, okay.
We'll just
So
name
you're
you
so
Orchid
sorry,
then.
I was almost named Jose.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You almost
That,
what?
I was almost named Jose Tran.
Awesome.
That is such a
Interesting.
good name. I'm thinking that's another like gamer tag.
Something I would not have known.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
uh-oh.
There is no Dana, only
Can we,
Ansel.
Someone doesn't like. Someone likes the dash. Someone likes the line.
How did we get to the dash?
Yeah.
Well, we're back.
It happens.
We might have jumped.
All right. Well, everybody, that's gonna end our stream for today.
Oh,
We
no,
have 3
guys.
minutes left.
Wait, what? How many minutes do we have left?
3 minutes.
Let's talk. Let's go.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
3 minutes? Okay.
Let's go.
Let's do
You
it.
can just, yeah, you can just, yeah. Okay.
Bam! Versus, and look, you can play versus the CPU.
There's a dashboard video on Xbox.com if you want to check it out. That's probably better than
Yeah,
the
I mean, like
stream.
honestly, the 3 frames you saw of our dash really don't do it justice. You can go check out.
Go to Xbox.com.
Yeah, you can check out all of the videos that we have of the dash working, everything working. You see parts of it here with achievements and messages and everything coming in. It works really well.
Great connect.
It is very cool.
Oh, look, thank you, Vulcan. Vulcan posted a link in the.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you don't have to rely on little glimpses from our stream to be like, oh my god, it's the dash.
No,
Yes.
not anymore.
You can go. Oh yes, Spinal. Oh my god, Spinal. Dude, Spinal.
He's on the dash.
Knock knock who's there, Spinal.
Man, we're
Spinal,
so excited
dude.
for Spinal. It's so awesome.
Dude, gonna make people so salty.
Yeah.
And the salt just gets, the better he gets, the more the salt flows. It's
Yeah.
so awesome. Oh my gosh.
You guys are the salty dogs.
Oh, dude, that character. Oh, I could have gotten another hit off you.
No, a burger battle. What's a burger battle? I don't even know what that
You kids today.
is. What's a burger battle? It sounds delicious.
Thought it was mine.
Newfangled.
Oh, this is throw.
I'm pretty sure I win a burger battle.
Campbell knows. What modes will be available for day 1?
What modes will be available for day 1? You can play versus. You can play versus online or offline. You can play against the CPU offline. You have survival mode where you can go against increasingly difficult levels of AI on through the cast. Really fun.
Yep.
You have training, so you can go and learn about the game. You can learn about fighting games in general and about why KI is fun. You have Dojo.
Oh, did that work? Yes.
You have dojo, which basically, I'm sorry, you have practice.
Yeah.
The dojo is where you go and learn about the game. You have practice, where basically you can go and a whole host of options.
Yeah, go into the lab.
Yep.
Figure out how you
Figure out your combos, all the things that
stuff.
you think are cool that you want to do with the character. You
Yep.
can do all that.
You can go through our, our KP system and just.
Yep, and there's all kinds of challenges and things you can earn to unlock a ton of stuff, and some things we have not talked about yet, which we are actually not going to talk about. We're going to let you find them
Let you figure
when the
it
game
out.
launches.
But it's so cool.
There's some really great stuff there.
There's also a good number of hours of content in the tutorial type content.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, the dojo mode is like, you spend hours. You can go back and, get better at each one of the lessons. That's really cool.
It's heavy.
We want people to get better at the game. Want people to get better at our game, get better at Dojo mode is a big part of that. That was important from the very beginning of this game.
Oh yeah, like maybe at some point it would be fun if we could do it. Oh, that was awesome. Maybe at some point what we can do is actually like share the RFP that kind of just talks about the high points that we went after. When we originally the one that we wrote up when we first started the game and show you like one of the key things that we've always been about for this game is a training mode. Is having awesome training. Always.
Yes, there will be ranked matches.
Yes, there is ranked and unranked multiplayer.
And you can go and body fools.
Yes,
like
you
you
can
say.
body them, and Ken was very proud of his win streak in our internal take-home beta.
Ken's always really proud of me.
Oh, he was constantly coming over. I'm still number one. Still number one. So it's close, but I'm still number one.
I gotta work on my Ken.
I know, right?
I just don't have a Ken.
We should all have a Ken. It's
Yeah.
true.
Me too.
All right, are we?
I think,
are we
yeah,
good?
we're at 3:01. So thanks everybody
Fantastic.
for joining us
Thanks,
this
all.
week.